What's up, you guys? So I'm gonna give this a second or two to load up here because I didn't plan this. This was just a uh, spur of the moment decision. I didn't really have a vlog for today, so today's just going to be this live stream. This live stream is going to be about a comment I got on one of my recent vlogs, I guess, and it said, let me read it for you. This comment came from Tim Norman, and Tim says, when things return to, quote, normal, what are your plans? Garage sales, estate sales, thrifts, Facebook, retail arbitrage, the bins, Craigslist, blah, 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 blah. What will you focus on to get product? Will you need to take precautions? Will you need to plan differently for the fall if the sea returns? Are you planning for the 4th of July or seasonal items? That was a good comment from Tim. Tim, I appreciate that. Couple of you guys are in the chat. Buffalo Centric, Best Offer Queen, Lisa Thrifting Queen, Elizabeth Dennis, Dave's Random Finds, Flowtown Flip, Carolina Hustler, Chesapeake Picker, Brennicky, Z-Man Flips, KJ, Emiadel, Landshark Picker, Life Stirred Up, Resell and Rolo, Senior Flipper, Teresa Pedraza. Thanks for showing up, guys. I appreciate it. So yeah, I'm calling this my 90-day plan because I don't think anybody really knows what's going on yet. So I'm just going to talk about what I'm going to be doing in my business over the next 3 months or so. And it really depends on, what happens. But I'll just go over this comment one line at a time, and we'll go from there. And if you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to ask in the chat. Flowtown Flip says our stores are supposed to start opening back up this week. Yeah. My Goodwill's finally closed like last week or 2 weeks ago, but my Salvation Armies are actually still open. So I don't know. We'll talk about that. But again, the comment says, first thing in the comment, again, this is from Tim Norman, and he says, when things return to, quote, normal, what are your plans? And I think the first thing I want to address is that normal is a very loose definition. I don't think things will ever, I think it'll be years before we go back to everything being as it was 2 months ago. It's definitely going to be, and it also depends on where you live in the country. Obviously, if you live in like Wisconsin or something, some state, I was looking at a list of the states yesterday with like number of cases. New York, New Jersey is obviously really bad. Washington State's really bad. But if you live in one of the Midwestern states where you have like less than 1,000 cases total, you may be able to go back to the true sense of normal pretty quickly. South Carolina, last time I checked, I think we had just over 1,000 cases. I could be wrong, but something just over 1,000. So I don't know. Again, it depends on where you live, but I think it'll be a long time before we get back to normal. But I don't think that'll affect our businesses. I mean, you may have to change up a few things, but it depends on you and your own personal health issues, if you have any, and the state you live in. Dave's Random Finds, do I have enough product to last until stores open back up? South Carolina stores are opening back up like next week or something like that. So yeah, I haven't even listed anything in my death pile. I could live in quarantine for a year, man. Like my sourcing inventory is not an issue I've had an issue with. But the thing is, I'm more concerned. I don't know if concern is a right word. Forgive me, guys, because I haven't really planned this. I'm just speaking about, my own opinions. I'm not a professional, but if the stores open up with you, like if my stores in South Carolina open up next week, am I going to go? Because when the quarantine all first started, when the stores were still open, if I went and vlogged that, I would have lost subscribers because I'm out and about when I shouldn't be. But if my state opens up stores again and says I can go out as long as I'm social distancing and I vlog that, are you guys going to enjoy the video? Like, oh, finally, we have another thrifting video to watch after, 45 days of nothing. Or are people going to freak out and say that I need to stay home until every last coronavirus patient is healed, So I'm more concerned about the YouTube aspect of things than reselling. Reselling, I can, I can pick up stuff at Walmart when I'm not buying groceries. I can make it on that, but I miss making thrifting videos and garage sale season and stuff. Like, I think we're going to find ways to source, but it's just about what are we going to film? What are we going to put on our YouTube channels? Because people freak out, man. I think somebody put up a video of them going to Target just for fun. They're like, yeah, I got tired of being in the house for a month and a half, so I just went to Target, and people freaked out. She was like an Instagram influencer or something. She like lost sponsorships and like lost followers. I'm like, I just don't understand it. Like, Amazon seller 99. Why do you care what other people think? Do what you want to do. Yeah. I don't really care what other people think, but also YouTube is a source of income for me. So I'm not just going to, do whatever I want without thinking about the repercussions. I don't want to make a thrifting vlog video right now. Even though my Salvation Army is open, I'm not going to go and film that and put that out, because right now, at least, the majority of my followers would probably find that irresponsible, and that would hurt my image as an online content creator. So it's not just about, YouTube's a business for me. You don't have to treat it as a business, but for me, I do. So I'm not going to be irresponsible with that. And once you do something dumb on the internet, it stays up there forever. Z-Man Flips sent a $5 super chat. Thanks, man. Keep up the amazing content, Josh. Amazing is objective, but I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Mia Dale says they are taking it very seriously here. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a serious situation, but like, you can't really expect people to sit around. Like, if somebody's not working, like, I'm super blessed. My family's super blessed that my wife is still working. I'm still working. Nothing's really affected us financially yet, other than the economy and market overall. But for people that are truly out of work, like, how long can you really expect people to just sit there in their house and, oh, here's a $1,200 check and you live off that? And then I don't know. So, the people, what is it, Michigan or some state where people are protesting, like asking the governor to like open up the state and let them get back to work. Like, I get it. Like, if you had like a restaurant or something, like say you just opened up a restaurant January 1st, and all of a sudden, bam, you got to close your doors, and all of your wait staff is laid, or most of your wait staff is laid off. Your employees are laid off. You're just barely getting by on like takeout orders and stuff. Like, it's bad for some people. I've seen some people on Instagram say stuff like, your business is not that important, just file for unemployment. If you have tried to file for unemployment, you know that is not an easy task, depending on your state. A lot of unemployment offices are not prepared to deal with the amount of the influx of customers right now. So it's not as simple as just, okay, it's not a good idea to run my business, so I'm just going to file for unemployment and just let the government take care of me for a while. I don't want to get into a political conversation, but the very last thing I will do in my life is become dependent on the government for anything. I will do anything within my moral and legal, scope of vision to keep from becoming dependent on the United States government for any aspect of my living. Buffalo Centric said it's going to be a long time before New York State opens up. Better to be safe than sorry. Yeah, if you live in New York State, that's a whole different story. But again, you just got to look at, like, if you're in a Midwest state, if your state has a population of 5 million people and you've got 600 cases, is it really that big a deal to go out and run your business, go to a thrift store? Whatever. So just catching up on the chat here. Also, I'm really tired of like people comparing the temporary stimulus checks of $1,200. They're like, oh, so you guys didn't like socialized income until you get your check now. There's a big difference between like continuous, like, what was it, Andrew Yang, that wanted like everybody to get $1,000 a month forever, like every adult. There's a big difference between that and like an emergency stimulus check now. Again, I don't want to get into politics, but there's a big difference. COVID is bad in Michigan. Yeah, I get it. Dave's Random Find says my town's cases are going up by 20% daily. Yeah, so the town I grew up in, Hampton, South Carolina, more specifically Nicksville, South Carolina, they had a very bad tornado last week. It was like an F3. Like 5 people died. A bunch of people lost their houses and stuff. And I think they had like last week there was like 3 cases of coronavirus. But then after the tornado, I guess people can only think about one disaster at a time. So after the tornado, like nobody was social distancing. Everybody's out like hugging. And I get it. Like you're thankful that your family didn't die. So you're hugging them and stuff. But they were like taking donations of like clothing and like everybody was volunteering all up on top of each other. I'm like, I get it. I understand. But I would hate to see like, while you're trying to recover from a tornado, you bust out with 200 to 300 cases of coronavirus in 2 weeks. Carolina Hustler says my aunt lives in Hampton and knew some people in Nicksville who died. Yeah, I didn't know the people who died. My mom did, but it was very sad. 112 people watching. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. All right, let me go back to this comment here. So when things return to normal, what are your plans? I don't have plans. I'm just with being in the situation. Like I don't think anybody can plan for anything. We're just kind of going with the flow. So I don't think things are going to go back to normal anytime soon. But I also don't have any plans. I'm just going to feel it as I go. Chick Rocker 77, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. We know you're not a bad guy and you care about people in the world. Your true followers, fam, will understand and be here. I will always support you. You do you. Thanks. I appreciate that. Again, it's like, I don't know. I just think there's a lot of people on the internet that expect everyone to just stop everything they're doing and sit in their house for 60 or 90 days and do nothing. And I just don't think that's realistic. I get it that that's the best thing we can do to stop the virus, but it's not realistic, in my opinion. Again, depends on where you live. If you live in New York or something like that, then yeah, you need to sit your butt home. But again, if you live in a state with 5 million people and you got 600 cases, I'm not going to sacrifice my business for 600 cases in a state with 5 million people. Harry is getting cabin fever. I've had cabin fever, man. I think we've all had cabin fever. It's all people on the internet also love to talk about mental health. I saw a post one time about somebody they worked at like a Lowe's, one of these stores that's like open for essential stuff, but like, I haven't been to Lowe's yet, but you drive by there and there's 500 cars in the parking lot. And I guarantee you that people aren't buying essential items. They're getting like bird feed and plants, it's garden season. And people are saying like, oh, that's not essential. But like, you got to think about your mental health. Like puzzles aren't essential. Like, I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say here. I don't know. I just think if you're only expected to just exist in your home and only go out to buy essential items, like just go out once a month and get a big bag of rice and just sit in your home for a month and eat that rice and just survive until it's all over. Like people are going to get depressed. And I'd be curious to know what the rate of suicides are right now. Like if people are just forced to stay inside, especially if you don't have family to live with, like if you live by yourself and you can't go out and socialize anywhere. I don't know, man, it's tough. Like I don't think I'm very prone to depression. Like I've never considered myself depressed or anything, but being inside all the time kind of sucks, man. Like anytime, like when I get out and do my geocaching stuff, it's so fun. And I feel for these people that are just stuck inside. And so I don't know. Elizabeth Dennis says suicides were increasing in Knox County, Tennessee. Yeah, I'm not surprised, man. Amazon seller 99. What's the first thing you're going to do when everything opens up? Me, haircut. My hair is longer than it's been in years. Yeah, man. I don't even care about haircuts right now. I think it's been like 9 weeks since my last haircut. I usually get one every 5 or 6 weeks. So I'm definitely past due, but hashtag bandana life. Flips finds fun. My wife and I are thinking of geocaching now. What app are you using? It's just called geocaching. As somebody said, there's a bunch of different apps for it, but I just use the regular geocaching app. It's just green and says geocaching. Joey Bada being 22. Josh, you need me to come to your house and hype you up, bro? Bro, you're down right now. Again, I'm not down. I'm not like depressed. It just sucks, man. You know, like I'm a naturally outgoing person, especially church. Like my wife and I like really enjoy our church family, and our church has been online only for 6 weeks, 7 weeks. So I don't know, like we think of church as like a really uplifting time, and we usually went every Sunday morning, some Sunday nights, and every Wednesday night. And it's just not having that like spirit refresher like twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. It just sucks. It's not the same. We're doing like an online Zoom thing tonight with the college group, but it's just not the same. I miss my church fam. Again, not depressed. It's just I don't like when people are just feeling bummed out and they use the word depressed, because I think depression is depression is an actual disease. And I don't think you have a disease if you're just bored, just kind of just missing the way people used to, missing the way things used to be. Mark, Josh, are you sure we will owe tax on that weight sale you had? If it wasn't paid using PayPal, then how will IRS know? I was talking about if you use your eBay sales, like if you do your taxes using your eBay sales, I would not do that. I would use your PayPal sales, because that sale won't be in your PayPal total, but it will be in your eBay total. If you don't know what he's talking about, check out 2 videos ago on my channel. The cleanout crew, do I collect anything? Not really. Nah. Empty Bang energy drink cans. I got like 3 of those sitting around here somewhere. Big Drift, fellowship is important. Yeah. You really realize it, like when you're in a situation like that, when you can't fellowship, you realize how valuable it is just being around people in general, being around like-minded people that you can have, conversations with. Yeah. Spring break, online group with friends, all of you guys want to join, I'll keep you incognito. Z-Man Phillips, how's my GoPro doing? It turned on and it recorded. I haven't really tried to make a whole video yet, but it does record and work so far. So we'll see. As long as it works, I might end up just selling it and getting the Hero 8, just because I wanted to. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't work, just so I could have an excuse to get the Hero 8. Got all this money sitting in my PayPal account now. I had the need to spend it. Haley is like the least materialistic person you'll ever meet in your life. Like, she never buys anything. She's super frugal with money. And today she was like, I think I want AirPods. I was like, okay. And it just immediately went and bought AirPods, because even Christmas, birthdays, like it's miserable with like trying to buy her presents, because she never wants anything. This is the first time she's ever wanted anything in like probably 3 years. So she said that. I'm like, 100% buy it, in the cart. Also bought on eBay because Amazon was like $180 for the AirPods, the version 2. And eBay, brand new in the box, Apple original, like the same thing as Amazon. It was only $125 or something like that. You can exchange an old camera for $100 off the Hero 8 right now. Yeah, they've had that one going on for a while today. Rico's Adventures, bad question, but store review today? Probably not. I'm probably going to just keep talking about this comment here and our plans, but I will definitely do some more live videos soon. All right, let me go back to this comment here. Eli Clark. I listed everything and now I'm out of stock. My state is still in lockdown. Is there anywhere online that would be a good source for items? I've never done online sourcing, online arbitrage. I know Matt Part-Time Pickers does a lot of that, so I'd maybe check his channel, but it's not something I've ever had to do. All right, so when things turn around, what are your plans? Garage sales, estate sales, thrifts, Facebook, retail arbitrage, the bins, Craigslist posts, or what? So I don't think if there are garage sales are probably the safest form of sourcing, because it's just one family with their one things, and you're just going. Like, there may be other people there, but I think it's still less human contact than like a thrift store or even retail arbitrage. So if there are garage sales, I'd probably go to them. I don't think I'd film it and put it in a vlog because, people are just going to, attack you for it. But I probably would, honestly. Just use your common sense again. Same with estate sales. I think garage sales will pop up first before estate sales start again, because estate sales are usually like a company run thing. Whereas garage sales, people are just bored, and they're like, I'll have a garage sale today. Retail arbitrage, already do that now. So like with Walmart and buying groceries and stuff and doing the puzzles. The bins is pretty, I haven't been to the bins in probably over 2 months because it's gross as it is. And then once this started, I was like, I'll just stick with regular thrift stores. And then I did that until, like a month ago. So I think it'll be a while before I go back to the bins too. Craigslist post. I don't do Craigslist at all. It's too scammy. What will you focus on to get product? So if my stores open up, it's really just about your personal choice. Do you feel safe enough to go to the stores? I don't really want to talk about it because everybody's going to have their own opinion, but that's totally up to you. I'm going to probably stick with Facebook sourcing, porch pickups, and retail arbitrage at Walmart for a while. Again, I've been super blessed. I'm not in a position financially where I'm really that worried about it. I'm not in a place where I need to actually, risk my health and safety to make money. Like I could not make any money for like a year and we'd be fine. I don't say that to brag. I say that because it's important to show you guys how important it is to be financially prepared for things like this. Like there's been the 90% of my life, my adult life, I've spent living paycheck to paycheck, and it sucks, man. Like I don't know what I do. Like I used to deliver Chinese food, and it was an awesome job, man. Like I was in college at the time, and it was I'll be candid with you guys. It was a lot of under the table pay. So I guess like in order to pay your employees less than minimum wage, like paying them the $2.13 an hour, whatever it is at a restaurant, you have to file some paperwork. So my Chinese restaurant that I worked at didn't do that. So they paid us minimum wage. Plus we got like delivery fees, which is like $1.20 per delivery, plus tips. So you work like a Friday night, like 5 to 11 or something at night. You can make $150, $200, all mostly tax free, because people, I don't think there's a waiter or waitress or delivery driver in the world that pays all their taxes that they legally owe. But yeah, when I was in college, when I was working that, I had 1 month, I made almost $4,000 doing that. And at that time of my life, I was like, dude, I could just do this forever. I'm just drop out of college. I can just deliver Chinese food. I'm making more than teachers. Did I get free Chinese food? No, I didn't. They were super greedy. And I was just content in that job. But I was like, I think my mom said one time, she's like, what are you going to do if that restaurant burns down? I'm like, oh, they'll rebuild it. But she's like, well, what about while they're rebuilding it? Like, they're not going to have a place that's going to take, maybe 6 months to rebuild it. Like, what are you going to do? So that's when I was like, I probably need to start saving a little bit of money. So yeah, I couldn't imagine being in a job like this one girl at my church. She had 3 jobs before this all started, and they were all waitressing jobs. She was making really good money, I assume. She was very outgoing, very nice. And 3 waitressing jobs. So I'm pretty sure she got a lot of tips, but all of them laid her off. And I'm like, man, that sucks, man. So it's important to save money, have an emergency fund, and so you don't worry about situations like this. Greg Stewart, $2 super chat. Thanks, man. So much fun geocaching all day. Thanks for the idea. My pleasure. I think it's a wonderful idea. Get out, get some mental and physical stimulation, avoid human contact. Mark, I make $55,000. I wonder if I could ever go full time. Are you saying that you make $55,000 at your current job and you want to replace that with reselling? Or you make $55,000 with reselling and you want to know if that's enough to go full time? Let me know. Mark Irvine, Josh, what's the name model of that microphone? This is an Audio Technica AT2020. The Path, 199 super chat. Hey, Josh, I need a software to sold a. Do I need a software to sold a webcam? I don't understand your question. I'm so sorry. You don't need a software to sell a webcam. Elizabeth Dennis, I should hide a cache? Yes, I'm going to. I'm actually looking on eBay now for like different cache containers, like so I can use to hide them. There's a good number of caches in my area, but like I was looking for harder ones. Like all the ones I found in yesterday's video were fairly easy. That one was pretty hard, but there's like really easy ones, and then there's like super complicated ones that are like riddles and stuff. And I don't have time to solve a riddle. Like I went to one yesterday that was like, this location is okay. Let me explain this to you guys. We're getting off topic here, but so I went to this cache, and it was like, okay, the coordinates of the cache, the actual cache is 0.76 miles away from the actual coordinates given. And it was like something about point. It had point, Pointe. And it's like, if you find this cache, you will be crowned. And so I looked on my map, and there was a Burger King located exactly 0.76 miles away from the coordinates. And it was in like a shopping center called like Point Plaza or something like that. I was like, oh, that's gotta be it. That's 100% it. Crowned Burger King. Perfect. And I got there and looked, and I didn't see anything. So I messaged the owner of the cache. I was like, hey, I'm at this Burger King. Is this close? And he's like, no, that's not it at all. I'm like, what the heck, man? He's like, it's much more difficult than that. I'm like, all right, well, I don't have time to sit here and trying to figure this out. So I want to make some caches that you don't have to spend all day or multiple days solving riddles to do. Like the one I did in the woods the other day was fun. It was like, hey, you start here, go 400 feet this way, 150 feet that way, look for this. You know, I thought that'll be fun. Paul Burns, would it be better if you won something for finding these caches? I guess, but it's not really the point. The point is just to give you something to get out of the house and do. California teachers 100K plus. Are you saying teachers make $100,000 in California? Because $100,000 in California is basically $30,000 in South Carolina. Yeah, I used to do financial coaching usually, and we did a lot of work with teachers. Most teachers that start out teaching in South Carolina make about $34,000 a year before taxes. They do get, summers off. They get some good retirement. But as far as actual take-home income, most starting out teachers bring home about $2,000 a month, which I think is garbage. I don't know why anybody would ever be a teacher. I think it's funny that even in high school, like when I was in high school, 2006 to 2009, they said, all my teachers, like, if you want to be a teacher, that's fine, but don't do it for the money. And then all these people go to college to be a teacher, and then they immediately start complaining about the money. I'm like, you knew this. You knew this going into it, that this was how much money you're going to make. So I get it. They should be paid more, but also if you're going to complain about it, don't do the job. Josh, then I've heard of Dave Ramsey. Yes. I've done FPU. I've been a coordinator for FPU. Yeah. Carolina Hustler, boo garbage. I went to school to be a teacher. And now you're selling golf clubs on eBay. Probably making more money. Paul Burns, am I still doing a 5K in Charlotte? If we ever are allowed to do 5Ks with large groups of people again, sure. All teachers should make at least $150,000. I get that, but also it's never going to happen. Teachers are publicly funded by taxes. So unless you want to pay like 70% in taxes, that's never going to happen. The problem is we have too many kids. These teachers, I mean, not enough teachers and too many kids. Travis, I know I keep bugging Josh, but hoodie, I should just give you the hoodie, man. I'm not motivated to list right now. Shoot me an email, harrytornado@gmail.com. I'll sell it to you directly. I need to check it. I haven't checked it for like stains and holes yet, so I want to make sure it's good to go. I'll let you know. Local mom and pop shop's got a shirt for you if the right size. What size do you wear? Large, usually a large. Then thank you. KJ, when I did geocaching, there was usually a large enough container to put things in, and you can contribute something and maybe take something. Yeah, one of them I found was like that, but all the other ones are just super tiny. And I would prefer, I get it, like the bigger the container, the harder it is to like make the challenge, make it more challenging. You know, if you got a big old, the one I found the other day was like a freaking missile, but it was really well hidden, and that was really fun. But all the other ones are like, you know, the size of a dime, and it's just a wet piece of paper. So I want to make one big enough to put stuff in and be fun to find, but also hard, you know. Jason Myers, I'm homeschooling a 6-year-old and it's no fun. I would gladly pay more tax. Yeah. School district. Bourbon teachers make good income compared to cost of living. Yeah, I mean, some teachers make good money. Teachers, like, they put out a report like showing everybody's income. That's like if their salary is paid by taxes, they're required to show everybody's income. And there was a big thing on Facebook about it last year when they did it, and like, you know, some not executives, but like principals and like vice principals of like big schools here making like $130,000 a year, which in South Carolina is very good. I think the average family income in South Carolina is probably like $50,000, maybe less than that. So for one individual to make like 130, I mean, that's pretty significant. I don't know. School. It's just, I don't know that I have an idea of how to make the system better. I just know it's not. Like if you have a taxpayer funded system to pay teachers, like the amount of teachers required to teach all of our children that people are having, it's just not, it's not going to work. I don't know. Storefront Flips, $10 super chat. Thanks, man. H Tornado, are you the main source of income in your household? A lot of folks on YouTube brag about making a living reselling, but their wife has a job and pay for their health insurance. So this past February, I made almost $10,000 just in the month of February, which was the most money I've ever made in my life. And I haven't, March was, I think I made like 6,000 or 7,000 in March. So February is really good. So I made more money than my wife in February and March, I think. But I mean, she has benefits too. So I don't know. We're both about the same, I think. Some months I do better than her, but I mean, her pay is consistent, and she has like really good retirement and stuff. Yeah. But you also have to value happiness too. It's not just about money. Like I'm super happy I get to basically do whatever I want, just sell stuff, have fun flipping stuff, make geocaching videos, and it's all technically my job. I'm super blessed. Lisa, Thrift Queen, yes, teachers and police officers are underpaid. Yeah. The problem is that a lot of those, I don't know why we're talking about this, but a lot of like public servants, like teachers and teachers and firefighters and police officers, they do really important work, but the way we pay them is from taxes. So there's only so much money, to go into, I don't know. This can be a whole video by itself. Ready, set, resale. Yep. The politics of schools from the inside is crazy. The people, administrators making the calls about teaching don't even need to have taught in a classroom a single day. Look at, what's her name? Betsy DeVos, she's like in charge of all of education in the United States. She's never taught a single day in her life. I don't get it, man. I don't freaking get it. Art Vandalay, where else can you wear a bandana to work? Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. Brand name closet. Does eBay provide a 1099 form at the end of the year? If you've had over 200 transactions or if you have made over $20,000 in sales, then they do. And PayPal does as well. I don't know why you get one for both because it's the same. I would go by the PayPal one, not the eBay one. Who from the office would be the first to track the virus? You mean contract? First to contract the virus? That's a good question. I'm trying to think about it, like literally. Probably Creed. One of his shenanigans. He'll probably get it. Dude, Emily Conway says, dude, HD, what should resellers do for content? LOL, do we just keep doing videos until all this blows over? Just wondering what's best for my channel. Yeah, so somebody yesterday said, like, I wish you'd go back to making reselling videos. Like, they commented on my magnet fishing geocaching video. And I was like, well, first, you don't have to watch. It wasn't clickbait. Like, nothing in the title or thumbnail of that video said it was going to be anything about reselling. I get it that my channel is mostly about reselling, but right now, I think you can do whatever you want, man. Oh, Side Hustle Network. What's up, guys? You can do whatever you want. I mean, I think we've got a free pass to, that video yesterday, it got terrible views compared to my other reselling videos. But I was like, what do you want me to do? I can't make thrifting videos. I can't make sourcing videos. Everybody's already made every other video about like motivation and organization and stuff. Like, I don't want to just keep remaking the same videos that everybody else has already done. And I don't want to just keep showing you what I've sold. So my plan was just to do like, hey guys, this is what I listed and sold today for the first half of the video. The second half of the video, I'm just going to do whatever I want. And then I'm going to end the video with a sick ping pong golf shot. And so far that's worked out for me. I mean, people just want to be entertained right now. And I don't think it's entertaining for me to be like, hey guys, here's 10 things to help you stay motivated during a pandemic. Everybody's already done that. Eli Clark, I didn't get notified that you were live on eBay. Checked and my settings still show that I should be notified. I didn't schedule this one. I just started. I don't think it may not have notified you. Chesapeake Picker geocaching video was great. Ignore the haters. You do you. Yeah. Once you build your brand on YouTube, no matter what you start, it's kind of like PewDiePie. Like, he started with video games, but now he has his brand. He can do whatever he wants, and people will just watch. Not comparing myself to PewDiePie, but it's pretty cool that I can make a video not about reselling, and I think it still got like 2,000 views in the first 24 hours or so, which is pretty good. Okay, let me look at this comment again. The next question says, will you need to take precautions? It seems like every week the CDC or somebody comes out with different precautions. Somebody shared something yesterday on Facebook that said the 6 feet of social distancing is not enough and it needs to be extended to 12 feet of social distancing. I think there's just a lot of confusion. Some people think the virus is completely airborne, and it's not airborne. There's a difference between an aerosolized virus and like droplets. There's just a lot of people with opinions that are not educated. They're not authorities, and they're telling you on Facebook and YouTube and stuff how to protect yourself from the virus. In my geocaching videos, I had a couple people said that I need to wear gloves on every geocache and throw them away. I'm like, guys, this log hasn't been signed in a month, and the big canister in the woods, some girl said I need to wear gloves on that because somebody could have touched it an hour before me. I was like, did you not see all the pine straw and spider webs on that thing? Like, this thing hasn't been touched in a long time. So I don't know. Yeah, you need to be careful. Like, when I go to Walmart to buy groceries and stuff, I have an N95 mask and I wear it. I'm not going to shave my beard. Some people say that the mask doesn't work if you have a beard, but also fabric masks. Like, so many people are just using fabric, sewn fabric, and that really doesn't do anything. Like, it helps slightly, but it's not really it's not really going to protect you if somebody has coronavirus and they sneeze in your face. So I do wear a mask if I go out in public, but I wash my hands. Like, I try not to touch my face. I was talking to my mail lady. I was like, are you freaked out about this? And she's like, no, I touch too much stuff. Like, I can't imagine like Joey Bada Bing, if you're still here, like, how often do you wash your hands after every mailbox? Do you Germex after every single time you touch somebody's mail? Like, it's impossible to avoid contamination. Like, just try your best to be safe. Don't touch your face, and you'll probably be fine. I think like out of 360 million people in this country, and we have like 200,000 cases. So it's spreading like wildfire. I get it, but it's also spreading in very select places. You know, I think there's a ham factory somewhere around here that like everybody in the ham factory got coronavirus. And I don't want to sound Mo's chill. I don't want to sound like people are dying. It's a serious issue. Nurses and doctors and stuff are working around the clock. They're not seeing their families. It's a serious issue. But also, just use common sense. Eli Clark, what are my thoughts on people who are buying up Nintendo Switches and reselling? I love it. I encourage it. It's the whole point of being a reseller. As long as you're not reselling anything that is like ventilators, like, I bought 1,000 ventilators for $5,000 each, and I'm gonna hold people hostage. If you want to live, you got to pay me $15,000 for this ventilator. No, who's that guy that bought the AIDS medication or something, like the company that makes AIDS medication, and then he increased the price by like 5,000%. Yeah, that guy's I was about to say something. That guy's a jerk. Okay, don't be like that guy. But puzzles, the guy that commented on the video the other day and said I'd turned into a douchebag because I was increasing puzzle prices so much, like 5 times retail. Hey man, it's a puzzle. Nobody's sitting in a hospital like, I'm sorry, sir, unless you get this Disney Villains 2,000 piece puzzle and complete it, you're not going to make it. Twin Lakes resellers. Harry, you better think ahead, bro. eBay and reselling is made you in YouTube. We can tell this YouTube money is pushing you away from reselling. Without reselling, you will have no YouTube. Twin Lakes resellers, you have no idea what you're talking about. I talk about my income pretty openly on YouTube, but YouTube income ever since this coronavirus stuff happened has almost tanked. I mean, I'm making a third on YouTube is what I was making in February and March. So I appreciate your opinion, but you're wrong. Reselling and YouTube go hand in hand. I know for a fact I can't do YouTube to the quantity I guess I'm doing with reselling. But at this time in our lives, when I can't go to thrift stores and I can't go to yard sales, and I'm trying to do daily vlogs, yeah, I'm gonna make regular YouTube videos, bro. You don't have to watch them though. You don't have to be here. You can leave. Cass G, $2 super chat. Keep making vids. We like hanging out with you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Carissa Peasy, $5 super chat. The fabric masks are for people who are not symptomatic. So when they let out droplets, it doesn't go out of their mask. I can see that as what's going on. Ask Scott, do you know that you're an extremely happy and energetic person? I try to be. I try my best. But something I've always said on my YouTube channel is like, I never try to fake it, So I'm not as happy and energetic today as I am some other days. But I'm showing it to you guys. You got to keep it real, Yakov Benz from a nurse. Please be advised, according to the CDC, we should not be worried about packages. That's a great point. Carolina Hustler, how about the Wii price jump? Loving it. I was loving it until I ran out of Wiis. And now I don't care. Oh, Side Hustle Network says people are all about reselling hot items until it's a hot item they can't personally get a hold of. Yeah. Like that guy that gave me crap about puzzles. Like if he went to his Walmart and he found, 20 puzzles that he could buy for 13 each and flip for 50 or $60, he'd be right in there doing it with me. And I said on Instagram the other day, when I talk to you guys about like the negative comments I get, I'm not complaining. I'm just sharing it with you guys. Usually it's a good conversation. Like I don't mind people disagreeing with what I say and do. That's gonna happen, you know. But I never get. It doesn't upset me. I'm not an upset person. It's just I'm just trying to make conversation out of it. Let's see. Search or something. Rolling with stones. Harry Twin. I think this bandana life has totally gotten to your oversized head. Man, that's true. It has. I'm probably gonna have a tan line, man. I should probably take this thing off sometimes. And guys, I'm telling you, okay. So my favorite thing about the whole quarantine thing has been my hair, because I don't really care about it. You know, I usually get it cut. I try to keep it nice and neat, but with the bandana, I don't care. But also, I talked about it before in my last live video. I think I'm experimenting with washing my hair less. I still wash it every day, but just with water. Like I haven't actually washed it with shampoo in like 4 days. And usually it'd be like a grease pit, man. Like my hair is so naturally greasy, but like it feels great. Like it's super soft. Look how shiny it is. It's probably the grease, but it feels nice. It doesn't feel greasy. Even Haley is like, I'm really surprised that it doesn't feel greasy. So try it out. If you have greasy hair, stop washing it so much. That's probably your problem. Everybody, my hair lady has been telling me that for years, that my problem, what was causing my greasy hair was that I was washing it too much. But I could never stop washing it. But now I have, and it worked. Ask Scott, Harry Tornado, are you like me, feeling like half your inventory is just sitting there staring at you, saying you made so many mistakes? Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes I just go through my death pile and just like fill up garbage bags with stuff and just donate it back. I'm like, it's not even like, yeah, I could make $6 on that, but it's not worth my time. So I just redonate it, learn, take the loss, and move on. Elizabeth Dennis, I also have sidewalk chalk sitting. Puzzles have moved. Oh, guess who messaged me today and said that they finally received their sidewalk chalk? The lady who I refunded $100 for her sidewalk chalk. So I was like, well, I can't unrefund you. So if you want to send me money, here's my PayPal address. And I sent it to her, and she said she was going to send me the money. She hasn't yet, but she said she was. So we'll see. I told them when they found the package to send it back to me, but obviously they didn't. They sent it to her. So now she got like 600 pieces of sidewalk chalk for free. Jody Turner, do I use Pert Plus? No, I do not use Pert Plus. I think I use Tresemme or some, I don't know. Every time I tell my hair, I call her my hair lady. She's the girl who cuts my hair. She always asks like what I'm using in my hair, and I tell her, and she's like, ugh. Like, does y'all's hair people like expect you to use like this $50, like this shampoo is much better. It is $49 a bottle, but healthy hair is worth it. I'm like, girl, I got this bottle of Tresemme. It's like 3 gallons, $6.99. But she's probably right. The $50 hairspray would probably be better. But I meant hairspray, hair shampoo. Z-Man Flips is selling sidewalk chalk on Facebook Marketplace. That's a pretty good idea. My package says delivered, but I never got it. I would check with your neighbors. Sometimes they deliver it to your neighbors by mistake. Also, sometimes they mark it as delivered, and then they just save it until the next day. I guess if you are a mail person and you got like 10 more packages to deliver that day, but you're going to be late for dinner, just mark them as delivered and then deliver them first thing tomorrow, I guess. That's happened to me. Usually when something says delivered and it's not there, it's usually at the neighbor's house, or it'll show up the next 24 hours. Unless you live in a bad neighborhood, and then it's probably stolen. That's what I hear. Tell me. Can I whistle? Yeah. I can also whistle with my fingers, but it's super loud, and I don't want to give you guys ear blowouts. Cajun reseller, am I still finding puzzles at Wally World? Yes, but I'm not buying them. I haven't. I mean, last time I went, I bought 3, and I've sold one of them. I still have 2 of my 2,000-piece Disney puzzles. I'm really surprised they haven't sold yet. I think I dropped the price to like $40 plus shipping too. Is my death pile gone? No, I haven't listed anything in my death pile since the whole quarantine started. I've only been listing, well, I listed all my video game stuff, and then I've been listing puzzles. I started when quarantine started, I was at 530 listings, and now I'm down to like 420. So I mean, I've been selling a lot. That's good, but I need to replenish them more. I think word is out on the Disney puzzles. Yeah, I mean, there's still not that many listed. Not at least not of the one I did. And I paid $13 for them. I'm not going to lose money. Carolina Hustlers made 3 sales in the last 30 minutes. That's pretty good. How old am I? I'm 29. I'm going to be 30 this year, guys. My life is, I was going to say it's basically over, but I know if you're older than 30, you're going to say I'm just a baby and my life is just beginning. Gary V. Dude, when I was 30, I was working at my dad's liquor store, making like $5 an hour. I love Gary V. It's hustle. Puzzle police out here. Favorite color? I don't know. I guess blue. All of my t-shirts are either gray or blue. That's all I have. I really need some more colored t-shirts. Can I juggle? I can juggle. Oh, let me show you guys this. So I did an interview on Victoria, Adventures in Reselling, Victoria's channel the other day. And we were talking about what was the first job I wanted to do. And my first job was I was like first grade. I wanted to be an archaeologist. And I've always been obsessed with like finding like Indian arrowheads and stuff like that, even though I've never actually found one. However, this summer I was in a creek and I found this. And I am so certain that this is an Indian axe head, because I don't know if you can see in the camera, but like these are like grooves. You see the grooves like worked on there, and then the tip is like worn. So basically they put the grooves in, and then the stick went like this, and then they used it like that, like a little hatchet, and then the tip busted off, and then they just threw it in the creek. So I'm pretty sure this is a very small Indian axe head. And I was just so excited when I found this. I'm not 100% sure. So if anybody out there does like Indian artifacts and you could tell me for sure what this is, I can't think of any other natural reason why this rock would have these little, curves in it like that, and the broken tip. But oh, I mean Native American. Okay, yeah. Love some Gary V. How many bandanas do I own? 2. I would have owned 1 if it wasn't for that really nice subscriber that sent me this white one. I've looked at Native American axe heads on eBay. You can find them on eBay, and they kind of look like this. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what this is. They're not worth very much. Maybe like $30. I would never sell it though. I just think it's so crazy that, a Native American person could make this, 500 years ago, and then use it, and then it breaks, and he just throws it in the creek, and then here comes Harry Tornado 500 years later, and I found it. eBay addicts. Have I been sourcing lately? No. I mean, at Walmart, that's about it. Refunded a buyer for a lost shipment. He sent me a message saying he received it and I must send him an invoice or he wouldn't keep it. Cute. I guess he's being honest, but I don't know why he wouldn't keep it. I don't get it. Listings by Audrey, $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Audrey. Thanks for the great content. Enjoy your videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. Life stirred up. Josh, I just measured my head and it's 22.5 inches. I'm a woman with a big head. I still got to be 20. I think mine's 24 and a half. I think it. Make sure I get at the widest girth. It's so scary. Let's try it. Yeah, 24 and a half. Big Head Awards. There's this thing going around on TikTok now where people are saying that like they just make ugly paintings where they like splatter paint on a canvas or whatever, and then they put it on eBay as an auction. And people are like, I threw it up for $200 starting bid, and it's up to $15,000. And they are. I mean, people are making TikToks where they show them making the paintings, and then they put it on eBay. And then if you go check the eBay link they put in their TikTok, like I saw one yesterday that started at 200, and within like 2 days it was up to like $18,000. I was like, there's no way people are actually paying when they win the auction. There's no way. There's no way people pay that. I mean, I get it that people pay money for art, but there's no way that any of those auctions pay. I feel like I'm like an insider because all these people on TikTok are like, oh man, the auction's up to $20,000. That's crazy. I'm like, dude, I want eBay to produce numbers on how many auctions that are won go unpaid. I'm curious to know because I bet you that percentage is probably like 30%, if not more. If not, it might be up to 50%. Like out of all, I don't auction very much stuff, but out of all the auctions I've done, my personal numbers are probably close to 50% unpaid, which is dumb. Why can't eBay just make people pay for their auctions? Like, okay, once you win, we got your credit card on file, bam, it's charged. Oh, you won. Now it's up to you to pay. We'll give you 45 business days. And then if you ask for an extension, we'll give you another 180 days. And then if you actually buy it and you don't want it, then you can return it. You have 30 days to return it unless you file another extension. Then we'll give you another 365 days. eBay is kind of garbage sometimes, man. Like I'm super appreciative of eBay and like the audience that they have for my items. It's my livelihood. I appreciate them. But there's a lot of stuff about eBay that doesn't make a lick of sense. Poshmark doesn't say even when they make an offer. Yeah, I get it that the other platforms are better, but eBay still has a much larger audience. Like, I wish there was a platform with the ease of Mercari, but the audience of Amazon. That would be wonderful. That would be the perfect platform. eBay did get a new CEO, though, so maybe the new CEO will make things a little bit better. I think he was the old CEO of Walmart. So I don't know. eBay has the buyers can do no wrong attitude. Yeah. Frank Wright, can we see your tattoo? So I have this tattoo, which is, you can tell I've been working out a lot. Not really. This is a bunch of Jesus fish sniffing each other's butts. And it doesn't connect all the way. I really want to get this covered up, at least connected all the way. And then I have, this is the Chinese symbol for love because I was 18 and I didn't know what tattoo I wanted. I just thought I wanted a tattoo. And they had a chart hanging on the wall of the tattoo parlor. And I said, what does that one mean? And he said, love. I was like, okay, I'll get that over my heart. And now it's just, I'm a grown man with the Chinese symbol for love tattooed on his chest. And then the only one I actually still like is my guitar. I have a nip slip over here. This is my guitar that's hanging on the wall back there. And it's got yellow jasmine flowers. It's so hard. Yellow jasmine flowers going around it and a little hummingbird up there. Super feminine, but it's okay. The hummingbird is for my aunt. Okay. Should have kept the weights. Nah, man, I'm super excited I sold those weights. So I sent them in 3 separate packages. And I was like, please just let all these packages get there. This is the most expensive item. I've ever sold, please. And so I sent him out 3 days later, got the eBay notification that I got a message from that buyer. And I was like, oh, what now? And he was like, hey man, just letting you know, I got all the weights. Everything's good to go. Thanks so much. And I was like, yes, but he still has like 30 days to return it. So let's hope he doesn't. But I do have buyer pays returns. So if he wants to return it, he's got to pay like $150. Simply Dana, I don't have one yet, but I'd like a butterfly on my inner ankle. That'd be cute. I'll get a matching one. Butterfly on my inner ankle. I've been told that I have good ankles, so I'd love to get a. I'm just kidding. My ankles are terrible. But tattoos are kind of addicting. I do want another one. What changes would I make to eBay? Lonnie had a whole bunch. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, immediate payment would be nice. Obviously, they should get rid of like 70% of the required fields. Like, I don't know why there's literally 35 required fields if you want to list a pair of shoes. Like, it's just like the heel that I need to know the exact measurement of the top of the heel to the bottom of the shoe. Like, no, just if you want that, I don't understand why there's so much you put in there. And themes, who cares about themes? Characters, who cares about character? There's too much. Just pictures, description, maybe some measurements, done. That's all you need. Also, vacation mode. What's the point of vacation mode? If you turn on, for those of you who don't know, vacation, they make vacation mode out to be like this huge thing. If you turn on vacation mode and you don't change your handling time, you still get dinged for late shipments. I don't know why would you have vacation mode if it doesn't do anything? All it does is when somebody buys something, it tells them that you're on vacation. But if you don't go in and change your handling time and you don't ship in your normal handling time, you get dinged for late shipment. If I turn on vacation mode telling eBay that I'm going on vacation, they should know to automatically change my handling time. There's no point of vacation mode. Oh, Haley's home. Okay. And we're over an hour. Perfect timing. So we'll call it quits for today. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. And we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I will have an actual edited vlog for you guys. Thanks for understanding. Thanks for all the super chats. You guys are awesome. Thanks for always being here. Smash the like button. 206 people watching. Only 80 likes. Smash the like button. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.